Okay, so this is what you have to do. Give me a second to close that. You open Vroid Studio. Once you create your model, hold on, let me, here, I'll just show you from scratch. Here, you click whatever body type you want. You have all of these options. You model it however you want. For instance, for now, I'll just go here to accessories, create new item. We'll go with cat ears, foxtail. I'm not gonna bother making it look good, but typically how you this is typically how you go about creating the model. Then you click export as VRM. You click that, and then you click export once everything is ready. You name it. For instance, we'll go with as creator. Copyright, no need for that, but you reference, do whatever you want, contact, and then you can choose permission, like who has permission to do it. Once you get all of this picked, like permission and all of that, then you click export. It exports as a VRM, the name of it. You click save. Once you click save, then you go to, hold on, let me load it up. You go to vMagick Mirror. For instance, it'll pop up for me. Hold on. Gotta wait for it to load. When this pops up, click load file on PC. Then you select, for example, here, we'll select test. It'll pop that up. This is what you need to see when you create your model and you load it to vMagick Mirror. You click that. It pops up, see? Right here. Okay. Then, if you want the mouth sync and everything, like, hold on. You click lip sync and you gotta make sure it is with the microphone you use. If it is not with that microphone, you'll run into the issue of it not wanting to sync. Pretty much as if the lip sync was never connected. But you click lip sync and it automatically syncs your lips. Sometimes you may, if this is for instance too low, you see that? It is not, the mouth is not moving because it's not picking up my voice. Move it to 0 and I have to actually almost yell to get it to move. I typically run around 23 or higher. So every time I talk, the mouth is moving. You can also choose, like, see for how it's looking around and everything. Eyes. Blink adjust by head motion and lip sync. You want that selected. Now you can choose user or mouse or none. I typically just have it on mouse. That way the eyes follow the mouse. The eye motion scale depicts on how much it moves. Like, see? It depicts on how much the eyes move. I tend to leave this back over here around 109. I don't mess with that because mess with it too much and it really your freaking model just looks like it's very sarcastic. It doesn't matter how much you you have that, depending on how much you want your eyes to move. I leave that off, and if you have a camera, you select track face, and then you select the camera. I mean, I can do that, but I don't have a webcam, so it won't work on me. Motion, standing, default, game locomotion, pretty much does all that with WASD. But always, I usually leave it on standing. And for instance, hotkeys, if you have this enabled, like if I click enable hotkeys, Control Shift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. And then it also switches Control Alt 1, 2. See? So for instance, 1 is nothing, the basic, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 0. 0 being clapping, 9 being nodding or shaking your head, 8 being nodding your head. But you really don't have to mess with that at all. But yeah, that's how you would do that. Save that so I can close that. But yeah, this you don't need. You can just do it if you want to. You can also add things and select what this has set down. Now, that is how I normally do it. But normally I'm running, oh yeah, here's my other one, which it needs to re-download. Okay. This is what my other one looks like. Yes, it looks more childish. But I normally don't mess with any of this. And then you got this version of my VRM, which is the one I normally use. That is how you would go about using your freaking VRoid Studio model in VMagic Mirror. I always save it to my computer as something I would remember. For instance, Shadowfang, considering it's the one I use for my YouTube, my videos. That is how I go about doing it. I hope this will help you.